Right.
I have a beautiful, very talented woman, talented actor. Forget about actress, actor.
Thank you.
Jan Danby,
Thank you.
actor, producer. Thank you so much for coming by.
Pleasure.
God, I went to see you 1 week ago, Saturday night. Tennessee Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the program. I have it right on my table. Right on the table, and I left it. Cat.
Oh yeah, cat on a hot
Cat
tin
on
roof.
a hot tin roof. Directed by Mr. Of course, the man of my dreams. Keep it in the QT. Mr. Oh, I'm not blushing because I love the man and I say it loud and clear.
You say it.
Austin Pendleton. I think every woman that I know
Oh yeah.
seems to be in love with Austin.
Every woman and every man, everybody.
Why is that?
Because you know what it is. He connects to you. He lets you, as an artist, as a person, he just takes you in. He lets you find. He lets you discover. We call him an actor whisperer, like the horse whisperer. Because a friend of his said, actor whisperer. We stole it. Because that's what he does. He goes by who each actor is.
Yeah.
Like if I'm playing Maggie the cat, you know?
Yes.
He goes by who Jan is meeting Maggie, and who that is meeting the actors who are playing all the other roles, and who we all are together. And that's a tremendous freedom with a guiding hand. And I think he's just got a great heart, and he's got a great capacity for everything, a great capacity for human experience, so there's no judgment.
You see, I said to myself, I'm not going to, even though I adore him, because he knows I'm crazy about him, but I said, I'm not going to open up the conversation with Austin, and here I am.
It's all right.
Here we are. Austin, we can't help it, man. We just love you. I went to the studio last week.
Love you.
Everybody loves it. I went to the actor studio last week to see a show, and I seen Estelle Parsons, and we were talking about Austin. She said, everybody loves Austin.
Yeah.
So you working with Austin 24/7, you guys seem to be pretty connected.
We do. We collaborate a lot, which is great. And I actually met him in a class at HP Studio, in an acting class, and I was working with some fellow actors on Streetcar Named Desire, and he said, you should take it out into the world. And that was a great encouragement.
That's what he said. That's how you guys started then.
That's how we started. It was 2009, and it was around Thanksgiving time, actually, and we started work. You know, and it was great. And my Stanley was from Japan.
Yeah, when I was reading, I said, what the? I was like, wait a second, I'm getting the name right?
Takashima.
Toshiba Takashima. I was like, wait a second.
He is amazing. He's amazing because he's got
I want to meet this guy.
Where
is he?
Meet this guy. Now he's in L.A. He's in L.A., but we worked again on Streetcar this summer with Austin. In that same space you saw Cat. So it was like a little
beautiful
space. Beautiful space.
Very intimate. The people that you have there, that we have. Someone right here, they're here with us. I mean, this is a ladies' night tonight.
This is a ladies' night.
It's a special, you guys, you know, it's a special energy when you walk in and you do what you do, you sit and you just, what you guys create in that space is very, very sacred, very special.
Thank you for saying that, because it's
very
special to us.
You know, like you kind of know when you're walking in and it's like, okay, oops, now I have to concentrate because now actors going to give us this tribute, Tennessee Williams. I mean, you tell me how you do it. I want to talk about your background as an actor, Jen. I'm kind of like wondering about where you're coming from, acting-wise, acting terms.
Like
What's
my
the deal with you, man? Because you've been around.
Stuff inside, yeah. Well, you know, I started when I was like 5 years old doing things, music and acting and things like that, you know. And then high school and then I got serious in college, and so I did my college training, and I trained in Suzuki, which is the Anne Bogart City Company, and Tadashi Suzuki, which is a physical vocabulary that's kabuki-based and no-based Japanese kabuki, you know, kabuki. And Greek. Oh yeah, you're connected to the earth, but with Stanislavski, so with psychological truthfulness. So I have a kind of attraction to, I guess, just temperamentally, method I mean nothing like negative about that. I mean like the method of who you are, you're bringing to a role, and you're going in. So that just resonates for me, you know. So that's my background, really, Stanislavski and method and some of those physical disciplines.
Very
working on deep.
And
I'm a drummer, and that's like a physical thing, and that came into my work too because I played jazz ensemble stuff, and that's theater.
Right.
You know, yeah.
But how, I wonder, how do you prepare yourself? Even I have so many questions. I said I
Sure.
want to know how Austin works, because I know Austin as a teacher. I studied with Austin briefly,
Okay.
and he knows that I adore him. But I never seen him. You know, I never worked with him in terms of like actor, director, director, actor. How does he work? How do you guys work together? Do you guys do a lot of improv? Or how does it work? Because every director is different as far as I'm concerned.
It's true. We do a lot of, each actor, each of us kind of does our work. You know, we're doing our work, we're figuring out who we are inside, and then
Separately.
Well, it's
Or you guys work
together and separately. Like falling in love or like anything, it's together and separately.
Yes.
You
Because
know.
some actors like to keep the way they work private. They don't want to bring their process to the public, to the audience, because they feel like, okay, I'm not going to get too deep about how I
Right.
do things. This is why it's kind of like a tricky question. How do
So
you
they
guys, how do
see,
you
no, well,
work?
that's cool, because it's like you want the audience to not see you working, but you want them to see you playing because you've done the work, right?
Right.
So really what he does is he lets us come in and just start doing the scenes and start doing the play, and watches, and then gives some insights on maybe try, sometimes it might be something physical, or it
Right.
might be something like, think about how this thing he says right here might affect you. So it's like little keys, little things. It's not heavy-handed. Then next time you do it again. He's really into layering, which means as a teacher and director, which means you try it all different ways. You don't locate it somewhere.
You don't set up yourself in
No.
one single way.
You do not, and
Oh.
you might pick a way that you're going to layer it, or you let it happen organically.
Right.
So like I have this exercise that I just made up called the Stepford Wife exercise, so that
Wait a second. You gotta slow down a little bit for me. What's the name of the exercise
the
again?
Stepford Wife exercise,
Okay.
like the movie.
Like the movie.
Yeah, it's just something I made up. And I do it almost superstitiously with every scene in every play. And I'll do it like a Stepford wife, because there's no judgment. So whatever I'm saying or doing, I just have to be affable, and it's just a layer I use for everything I do, you know. And he'll let me do that,
let you.
and not say, "What are you doing right now?" You know,
Right.
Because
He's
it's
gentle.
getting
He's
us
kind. He
somewhere.
doesn't lose control. What about Austin?
No.
When you see, I'm making
It's
this conversation
totally
about
fine.
Austin, but I can't help
It's a collaborative thing.
What happened when things didn't go the way you want them to go?
How do you mean?
In terms of like frustration, in terms of rehearsals, sometimes it can be a little off. Because we try, and then you feel
Right.
like, oh, wait a second, you gotta go
Right.
forward 2 steps, then 1 step
Step back.
backwards.
There's
right?
room for all of that. Sometimes you can say, "Oh my, this is frustrating me." You can just say, "This is frustrating me." Okay, let's use that, or let's put that's right where she is, or that's right where he is. Let's put that right in. Sometimes you just allow it. It's never shut down. It's never policed.
Right.
It's coming up because the actor and the character are hitting some sort of juncture that's what's going on. So you don't want to run away. You know, you kind of want to go right through the fire. Or
Like that, go through the
breathe,
fire.
you know, and I think he's good with seeing how each actor works and where each actor is.
Yeah.
You know? So nobody's pushed.
Right.
And nobody's pulled out of something either. It's kind of
Right.
like, let's figure this out.
Let's figure this out.
And I would say you
I
swim
like
in an
that.
ocean, which is great for Tennessee. You go swimming in the ocean, and he watches you swim like a great lifeguard and swimming coach.
Right.
He told me, one time he said to me, and I think it's great, somehow we developed this metaphor, I guess it is, but we would say acting is like surfing. And I think he's the first person that said it, although I don't remember now, because I live by the beach and I love the water and I'm a Pisces. I don't remember who said it first, but acting is like surfing. You get on the waves, you surf it, you surf what comes up in the business, you surf what comes up in the rehearsal room, you
Right.
surf the role like a wave you ride. And I'm telling you, there's something about that that's so liberating, because self-judgment is taken away. One of the things that really reached me as a student of Austin's was he said, shame is not the actor's enemy. So the things that you think are negative signs, like I shouldn't be acting right now, I feel shame about what I'm doing, or I don't feel good about what I'm doing. He says, there's some gold. There's some gold for you. Not, that's the problem you have to overcome. There's some gold for you. And he's also really big on the character could be talking to you right now. The character could be talking right now. How do you know it's you? So you just, you
Incredible.
allow that. You allow
Right.
that relationship. It's a bit of a romance. It's a bit,
It's incredible, and even when
With
you
an
let the
actor and character.
subconscious take place.
yes, that's right.
That is
Mystery.
the most beautiful
Mystery.
mystery. Pure acting is such a pure craft.
It's a pure craft, and you can't talk about everything, and some things you can,
Mm-hmm.
and it depends on the actor, like you're saying, and some things you don't.
Right.
And it's like that. It's strong and fragile and like love. Laurence Olivier, someone gave him the advice, you have to be in love with every character you play. Don't you think it's true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if they're a
I
villain,
like
you
to
got to
make
figure
love
it
to
out.
everything.
You have
Rain,
to
the
make
words,
love.
you name it.
You have to make
Yeah,
love.
you have to make love to everything.
You have to make love to your character and let them make
to your
love
character
to
upside down. God damn it. You gotta let that
So-
character bring everything out of you. And you have to be able to
Everything.
give it.
Everything. And I remember, like, we were doing View Carré this summer as a lab, a View Carré lab, which we're going to do as a showcase in June. Austin is
Nice.
Nightingale, and he's directing, which is amazing. But I'll tell you something else. He'll go right in there with you as an actor and go and direct and go in with you, and nobody ever feels like, oh, the director's in the play with us. No, that character's in the play with us, you know. But I said at one point, I really think, because the wonderful actor playing my boyfriend, Ty,
Oh, yes.
Andy McCutcheon, who's terrific, and in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Jamie Moore, who's terrific. working on
Everybody
The Willow
was
Brick.
so good.
Everybody was so good.
Oh my God. I
That-
was walking, you felt almost like, you know, that you were, it felt to me that you are, you know, you become a witness. As an audience, you can have different experiences. And
I love that.
you rely, right, on the quality of the actors, directors, everything is subjective. But when you become a witness, it seems like almost you're not supposed to be watching.
Yes, we heard
You-
that.
you know,
Should
it's-
I be here or not? Which is kind of great,
Right.
There's this wild, dangerous intimacy.
Right. Very
Which-
private,
which-
the sense of privacy, which I think is essential.
which we
on
feel, and you
stage.
become part of our partnership. That third, I think in any theater situation, but in that intimate one, it's like this third ingredient is also in our scene. That's part of the chemistry.
And what
you
about
know?
all these guys, all the actors? My God, I
All
didn't
of
bring
the
the program,
actors-
and you know the names and last names because everybody did such a
I
great
do.
job.
I can say everybody's name.
Please.
So it's Jamie Moore is Brick.
Yes.
John Payne is Doc.
Uh-huh.
Charles Black is
What about Big
Tooker.
Daddy?
Oh, Big Daddy. Big Daddy
Where's
Robinson.
my man? You see, I sent him a friend request.
He'll come to you.
I'm
He'll
still
get
waiting for you to get
He'll
back
get
to
you.
me, man.
Our David Robinson, terrific and
Yes.
beautiful work.
Beautiful. Everybody was so
Ginger
good.
Grace, Big Mama.
Big Mama.
Maureen
She's from the
Mooney.
South,
She
she
is from the
said.
South. She's
Yes, I
from the
spoke to her at the
South,
end, yeah.
Texas, and then New Orleans, and time in the Mississippi Delta. Maureen Mooney, who's May, and Emma Hirsch Hope, who's our 9-year-old Dixie.
I know, sweet girl.
Sweet
Yes.
Dan Capalpo, who's Gooper. And did I leave anybody out? Did I get all the 9 brilliant people? I think I
hope
did.
you did, 'cause you said,
I
I
think
forgot
I
the part. I was like,
did.
damn.
As I say it now, but yes. So really, that's the other thing. It happens because of what we make together.
Right.
You know, so Austin is a guide and actor whisperer and a facilitator that way. Then what we allowed together, I mean, the work I did with Jamie, he and I have been working on Brick and Maggie for 3 years.
Yeah,
You know,
I
we
can
just
tell you've been working for a long time.
We
You
worked
can
on a
tell,
long time,
right?
and you can play and walk away and come back, and that is also what makes it. It's relational. you know.
Why Tennessee Williams is so compelling? you think?
Why is he
makes
so
him
compelling? I think
so compelling. And I'm asking you because
Yeah.
certainly you love
I
Tennessee
think
Williams.
because he has a great empathy. I think he just has a tremendous empathy for human beings and a capacity to see their possibility. So all of these characters, he writes fierce women and fierce and beautiful men, both. And he doesn't have an agenda, to my mind, except to try to express what his sense of truth is. So when I read his plays, I can understand where all of the characters are coming from, even the ones that are so-called more two-dimensional, which can happen with May and Gooper, just in terms of how they're written. At one glance, you may say, well, there's less here, and we even talked about that as a company. There's less here to play with. They're kind of representing something. Actually, he's giving you so much, Williams, and these actors are intuitively and with their skill mining so much that there is not one character there that rings false. You get where all of them come from.